Hi, my name is Bryam Delgado, and today I am going to talk about experiential learning. Well, experiential learning is the process that links education, work, and personal development. Well, I am going to talk a little more about Jean Piaget and his cognitive development as a tradition of experiential learning. Well, how this learning approach. Well, we can say that Piaget found more interest in instead of the answer that children gave to test problems were correct or not. He was thinking in the process of reasoning that children to arrive that answers, right? Well, also we can say that Piaget's theory describes how intelligence is shaped by experience. Intelligence is not an innate internal characteristic of the individual but arises as a product of the interaction, right? Between the person and his or her environment, being action the key, right? The more important. Also, we can say that Piaget's education approach is based on the active participation of the student in his own learning and the construction of his own knowledge through exploration and experimentation, right? So that we can say that in his studies of the development of cognitive process in childhood, childhood was the key to understanding a truth of human knowledge, allowing so children to discover and keep researching while or experimenting this. Let's continue with as I was talking about, children were freed from the lockstep phase of memorizing or ignoring, which are down presentation of scientific and mathematical principles that in some cases actually made learning more advanced or difficult, right? Learning became individualized and concrete and self-directed. And the child was learning about the process of discovering knowledge, not just the content, right? Children became, like scientists, exploring, experimenting, and drawing their own conclusions. This experience-based learning programs change the education process, right? In two ways. First, they altered the content of curriculum, providing new ways of teaching, and they altered the learning process in the way that students went about learning these subjects. It's necessary to make learning appear funny, right? And like in discipline practice, well, as Piaget's approach, it's more important practice that only conduct on learning, right? And well, let's continue with a little comparison about some others approach or learning theories, right? Well, the Dewey and Lewy tradition of experiential learning represents other external challenge, right? For example, John Dewey, from the philosophical perspective of pragmatics, was one of the first theories of experiential learning, right? Defended that learning occurs through experience and that education should be oriented towards actions and critical reflection, right? There we argued that education should be based on real situations and on the active participation of students in their own learning, right? Something similar to Jean Piaget, who was later, right? And there we have Kurt Lewin, for his part, from the phenomenological perspective of digital psychology. He developed a theory of social change that is based on experimentation and active learning. He argued that social change is only possible through actions and the learning should be oriented towards experimentation and the practice of knowledge, right? And well, there are some others approaches such as the call could be we can use to support the Jean Piaget's approach, right? So that for that reason I choose this and I wanted to talk a little more about it, right? Thank you very much until the next activity.